Welcome to the Horror Friendly Podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Horror Friendly Podcast, part of the You Run Podcast Network. My name is Katie, and I am joined by Chantal.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey.
Do you know
when
what
you copy me when I'm speaking, I can't deal with it.
It's my own entertainment. It's for no other purpose.
Yeah.
Do you know, I don't do hey in any other aspects of my life. I don't know why it's carried on to the podcast.
Yeah. I don't call you Chantelly Tell either, like ever.
No, never. Don't even think you use that half of the name. Anyway, so these are our podcast personalities. We're completely different people.
We're very fake.
But how are you?
I'm fine. I'm good. I'm off to Dublin in a couple of days, so that'd be nice.
That'd be so good.
Yeah, there's a leprechaun museum there, which we probably won't go to, but it will remind me of our of our fun time recording Leprechaun back in the day.
I actually went to it when I was out there.
Did you? Oh, I think I know this. Was it good?
Yeah, it was right. Like, the thing is, it was quite a while ago, and I think it was like relatively new, because I remember there was like a giant chair at one point, which I literally had to like climb onto. But the picture is quite good. But nice. I think I just remember thinking at the time, like, they could probably do more with it. But again, that was like 10 years ago. Oh my God, probably maybe longer. So it might be that actually they have decked out a bit more and it's better now. So
yeah, well, I'll let you know if I go.
Yeah. Get tipsy first and then go.
Yeah, definitely. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Yeah.
Same old.
Let's go with same old. Same old, completely different.
Same old. Everything is exactly the same.
Everything is exactly the same. Nothing is changing in my life.
That's not ominous, by the way. Nothing like tragic has happened. Like, we're both fine.
No, it's just like,
we're just, some of us are just going through it.
We're just hyper at the moment.
But that's fine, because we're here to talk about, well, what we thought were zombies, but are actually possessed people. Right. So
we will come on to this, because fuck. Okay, so we are covering the 2007 Spanish horror found footage supernatural mystery that is Wreck. I feel like it shouldn't be pronounced like that because it's obviously short for record, so it should be like Rick. But anyway, a sidebar. Okay, so a television reporter and cameraman follow emergency workers into a dark apartment building and are quickly locked inside with something terrifying. Katie, was this your first time seeing this?
No, I saw it years ago, but I don't actually remember watching it that much. Like, I remember a few bits, but maybe it just like, I don't know, maybe I have PTSD from it because I was just so fucking scared when I first watched this. But yeah, no, I don't really remember it. So it was nice. It felt almost like I was watching it for the first time. But yeah, this film's fucking great. It's so good. It's fucking so scary. Like, they don't do any of the cheap jump scares. Like, it's done very well. Yeah, I'm a big fan. What do you think?
So this was my first time watching. I don't think it's as scary because everyone says like, oh my God, it's so scary. And I was just like, have I watched too many horrors that I'm now desensitized? I don't be wrong. It was, I just didn't find it that scary. Like, I think it was good.
Yeah.
But I also think though, because I was like watching it on my computer upstairs. So although I had like my headphones on and was immersed, I think this is like a TV sitting down, lights off kind of watch.
Okay.
So I think maybe I was like in a safe space. It's maybe I don't know, just a little bit too comfortable. I think there are some horrors I do need to really set a vibe for. Yeah, again, okay. I think we watch a lot of horrors, so I think we are a bit to get scared and need to have the atmosphere. So I don't think it was as scary as I was expecting it to be. Or was it because I was expecting it to be scary?
Maybe.
Whereas I guess you went in the first time kind of unknowing.
Yeah, I guess I went in when I first watched it, I guess like years ago, not really knowing anything about it.
Yeah.
But even like watching it again just still scared the shit out of me. I just feel like there were so many things about it that just hit the nail on the head. Like, there was nothing, as I say, like no cheap jump scares. It was all done really well and almost when you least expect it. I just thought the tension. Well, I mean, obviously you're less of a pussy than I am. I don't know, but
to be fair, it wouldn't be the first time I've watched the wrong film.
Yeah, that's true.
just, I don't like, don't be wrong, again, like I liked that it wasn't just typical jump scares.
Yeah.
But, and it wasn't that I saw stuff coming, but I think at one point actually I just got frustrated because they were just screaming.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
So much screaming, and at one point I was like, "Shut up!" And it was like, and this is where I kind of disagree with myself because it's found footage. And I was doing some research in that, so they weren't getting the, like, a lot of the cast didn't have the full script. They were getting the script on like day of, and then they wouldn't know, so they didn't know that the fireman was going to drop. They didn't, so they couldn't pre-plan their reactions. They would also do shoots, like shots for ages and then refilm, so the actors were tired. So a lot of it was actually very real. And as much as I think that works because it's found footage and it does feel real, I think because then your only reaction is real and it's screaming, I'm like, oh, do something else. But if they were to do something else, it would be scripted. So I think, yes, it works for the film, but for me, I was like, oh my God, shut up.
Yeah, it was a bit of like a sort of, not sensory nightmare, but just like it was very loud. I know what you mean.
Actually, but I had headphones on, so probably TV would have been better.
Yeah, definitely. I was thinking about, like, imagine when this first came out and people watched this in the cinema. Like, I feel like that is the best place to probably watch it, because that, I think, anytime I watch film in a cinema, even like a shit jump scare will always get me. Yeah. So I feel like, especially with this film, it would definitely have been more effective.
Yeah, this is a cinema watch, or or a bigger screen immersion watch. But yeah, I think headphones was actually too much, because I think at that point you are just frustrated with people, and as well, like, I think I struggle a bit because, again, it's found footage, so I know it's supposed to be, but the camera was so janky at points that I was like, I can't tell you what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, so I think that took me out, which was weird because that should put me more in, because I would be running, but it just pulled me out because I was like, well, I don't know what's happening.
I kind of did think that it's sort of in the middle. I was a bit like, oh, this isn't like, it's scary, but this is a lot like this, like janky camera movements. And then I liked sort of the second half, it had calmed down a bit, like when they were discussing things and they were panicking, but it was more of a, like, he was way more, what was his name? Paolo, the cameraman, who is the director as well of Rec. Yeah. But yeah, he, like, it turned a bit calmer, and obviously that final scene was a lot more like, that was so tense for me, which I know we'll get to it, but I felt like that was like more kind of slow camera angles, and like at that point you wanted it to be faster because you were just like, what the fuck is going to come out of this in the darkness here? Like, it's tense.
I think you were right. I think it was Pablo. Oh. I was so confident, and then I wasn't, and then I was like,
Pablo. Yeah, Pablo. But yeah, Pablo, he was just, he was the hero we didn't deserve. Like, he was so brave.
Well, this is why you have to be the cameraman. The cameraman always survives. Well,
that's true. Well,
well,
not in this case.
Survives for the majority.
Yeah, definitely.
Can we talk and say, so can we start with Angela as well? Because at the beginning, she's actually not a very warm character. Like, she's not particularly likable. When she's like, oh, if this isn't interesting, just cut it, I don't want to waste tape. Like, and she's obviously got that like on-screen personality and then slightly different behind the scenes, which we're seeing. So I actually liked that they didn't immediately just put her in as someone who's going to be like really likable and really fun, and you're rooting for her, because like, yes, you wanted her to survive, but kind of more as it went on, you were like, no, keep filming and keep telling us this story. So I actually thought that was good that they kind of made that choice. So she wasn't a horrible person.
No, I know what you mean. Like, she was imperfect, and I think the best final girls are like that. The best final girls aren't fully innocent. I think we've covered a lot of final girls that have flaws, that go through things that lots of girls go through, and that's, I think, the best kind of final girl, because you kind of work your way into rooting for her rather than straight away. And it felt very human that she was bored at the fire. Like she was like bored fire station. She wanted to get out of there. She was like, keep filming. Like, that was the most important thing to her. And it was very human, because I think if you are a reporter, you do like get quite immersed in it, and you become quite selfish. And she's a reporter in real life as well, so she probably kind of played on her like real life persona as well, which is probably
it made it more natural when she was like, well, I have to keep asking questions, I have to keep going, because again, you would, but it is, and again, you need that to drive the story, especially in a found footage. So I did think, and again, every time they were like, turn the cameras off, because that's the thing, they would immediately try and get you to turn the camera off. So the fact that she was then like, no, we're keeping it on, and like fighting back, but she got more likable as she was trying to find out what was wrong. And then it was like her breaking point came later. And I just think that was so, you say it was so human. And I was like, I loved that they made her so layered.
Yeah, that's true. Like I was quite surprised at how like keen she was. Obviously, she wanted to escape like everyone else. That doesn't make you like it doesn't make you a better person. You just you naturally want to escape. But she was helping people. She was like, she wanted to free the mum that like the daughter had escaped. Like she wanted to help. And that surprised me because I thought she would kind of be more of someone that would be a bit more in for it for herself.
It was funny because when they were in the fire station, I was like, oh, I wonder if she's gonna be the one that causes something, because she's gonna be like, oh, this is so boring, that she was gonna go and cause a problem. Obviously that isn't what happened, but I did wonder that at the beginning, because again, it was like, oh, hungry for the story. And I was like, oh, is she gonna cause some issues, start a fire somewhere? Like I didn't actually know where it was gonna go.
No. And that is what I liked about the film, because I mean, not that it's a bad thing, because to me, I was enjoying it the whole way anyway. But like, you think it is just going to be like a zombie, a virus film. You don't think it's going to be anything different than that. And obviously, we'll get to the ending. But I did like that you were constantly surprised throughout, and that's why I think I liked the unique jump scares, because to me, I was constantly on edge. And I watched it with my partner, and he was saying he was constantly stressed like throughout, like, and that's the kind of effect for me anyway, maybe not so much for you, but for me is what like it had on us. Like it had that effect where like I was just clenching the entire time.
Just really
for
funny.
You obviously, whatever, man, don't give a shit.
Totally off, just worse, totally off topic. I was like, oh, I just need something on the background the other day, and I put on Man vs Baby, and it's like Rowan Atkinson looking after it. Have you seen this?
I've not seen it. I've seen it on Netflix.
Yeah, but it's like 4 episodes, and I swear to God, the most stressed I've ever been in my life. Like, and it sounds so stupid because it's a comedy, but it's just like everything that goes wrong after each other. And in my head, I'm screaming at him, and I'm like, do this, do the thing. And it was so funny how it's like people get really stressed in horrors, and I might just kill them. Whereas like in a comedy, I'm more stressed because I'm like, don't be a dickhead. Use your common sense.
Wow, I never thought you would compare Man versus Baby to Wreck.
I know.
There we go.
Neither
I've heard everything.
But it's just really funny when I'm like, when everyone talks about what films they get stressed by, I was like, that was not what I thought. Yeah. I thought it was going to be nice in the background. And no, it was like I'm pretty sure my heart is like raised watching this fucking program. And it shouldn't have, but I was just like, common sense, people. It's driving me mad. But so I think in this, it's like,
yeah, that's fair. Like, to me, I think there was something that was always, you were never like safe. You never felt comfortable in this film. There was, for me, it was always kind of like, there was something around the corner. There was always something, you had to be wary of something. There would never be a time where you can just sort of sit back and watch this.
No.
To me, that's how I felt. It felt like there was always something around the corner. Which I think that's what makes for an incredible horror film, I think, because that you are meant to, you are meant to feel uncomfortable. You're meant to feel tense. And I think this delivered completely.
But again, I think that's why Angela's so good as a reporter, because she's trying to find, what's causing this? Oh, what's your story? What's it? Who's upstairs? So I think actually that drives that, because as you say, it's not like the whole building is not safe.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on. She's asking those questions. She is the common sense for us.
Yeah, that's true. And if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't know the real reason for this. We wouldn't know anything.
I mean, I'm not convinced I do know the real reason for this. Like, I still haven't quite figured out. And again, that's kind of the problem with found footage, is you are supposed to be left. Yeah, you are supposed to be left with us. And isn't there like 2 more of these and a 4th one coming?
Yeah, there's I don't know about one coming, but that sounds interesting. But I know there's definitely number 2, which apparently is good, not quite as good as this one. Okay. And I know there's 3, and there has been an American remake as well called Quarantine.
Of course there has.
Apparently it's okay, but I don't know. I think
just because people just can't be bothered to read subtitles. Anyway, we'll have a look if there's a 4th one.
For sure.
Or I've just made that up. but I do, yeah. So I wonder if obviously they expand it, you find out more. But I still couldn't tell you. I was like, was this an illness? Was it like, because again, I couldn't figure out as well, like when they were going on about the dog and the little girl. What was that little girl's name? She was so cute, Jennifer.
Jennifer. Well, we can get into it.
Oh yeah. Let's progress. Like, did Jennifer give it to Max, the dog, or did the dog give it to Jennifer?
I think the dog gave it to Jennifer. That's how I took it.
Okay.
I took it that there was obviously this one woman who was being experimented on, and then somehow the antidote, the enzyme, became free, and then it was spread to everyone. So turns out it wasn't a virus; it was a possession.
Well, because that was it. Because then when they were in the attic, and then they found all whose attic, like whose paperwork was all this? Because I was like, downstairs was like a research lab, upstairs was like a demonic, like, tracking system. I was like, so was it a possession that they thought was a virus and they were trying to find an antidote for?
So it was a guy that did a runner and lived in that apartment.
So that, I think he was a priest, creepy thing that we saw at the end.
Yeah, so she was the girl that was being experimented on. So he did a runner and was like, I'll just leave her to starve in that apartment. Like, because he was testing on her, basically. That's how I took it. He was testing her because she was possessed, and he was trying to find a way to cure her, but it all went wrong. The antidote or whatever it was came loose, so everyone started to get the same symptoms as being possessed. And that person who started it was left malnourished. That's why she was all jangly and long, because she was just left untreated. So that was originally that little girl, like not Stephanie, but the separate
not Jennifer
girl. Sorry, Jennifer. Why did I say Stephanie?
I don't know. Who's Stephanie?
I don't know. Like, Jennifer. Yeah. So it's a different girl.
Okay. So because I was completely confused, because I was like, I may have missed something, or because it's found footage, we didn't have the whole story. So I was like, who the fuck was that in the attic?
Oh no. Yeah.
Or it was like, okay, that was the girl, but who was doing the research on the girl? And I couldn't figure out if it was demonic possession or if it was a virus.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, if you remember, there was a guy that had like the master key to everything, and they were like, he's gone on holiday, he's gone away. So it was him.
I missed that bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
It's
bit.
Easy to miss it because everything is going so quickly, and this is like only 78 minutes long, so it's easy. But yeah, like that's what I got from it.
Yeah, it was going so fast, and then you're like, and I think as well, I kept hearing like zombies. And I think like when I was looking up a description for this, it was like, oh yeah, they're facing this horrible outbreak of disease that turns humans into vicious cannibals, and then somebody else called them zombies, and I was like,
yeah,
is it zombies or demons? What is the?
I think like you can essentially take it as whatever you want, but that's like the ending was explained. But I think it's easy to kind of see it as like a zombie film, a virus film. I think whatever way you take it, like it could be accepted. Yeah. But I just like the idea of there being a slight plot twist. Like it's not the same as like every other zombie film. It's something almost sort of more sinister, really, because it's a human who's kind of just been experimenting on this girl to find a cure, fucked it up, ran away, and has just left this poor thing up there. But yeah, I mean, when we see her and we're exposed to her, like, fuck me. Like, it was so scary.
I do, but I do like that it, like you say, it was a bit ambiguous because it just, again, it's found footage.
Yeah.
That the point of found footage that you don't know, like Blair Witch, you don't know if they survived. That's the whole point. Yeah. That's what makes it scary. If we
that's very true. You don't know the outcome to things. Like you only know a certain way. Like nothing's ever like wrapped up in a pretty bow.
No, different type of film. But I did love the girl that played Jennifer, because obviously she was so young. So everything, they tried to film as much as they could in chronological order, because again, people weren't getting the script, so they wanted it to kind of flow. Well, flow is probably the wrong word, because again, it was like they were deliberately tiring people out, but you know what I mean. But her scenes were done like slightly separately, because they wanted to make sure that the child was safeguarded, and they didn't want her like kind of knowing it was horror. So for her, she thought it was sickness, and they were like, oh, you have this illness and it's making you chase people.
Tonsillitis,
give us a scary roar. So again, similar to like what they did with The Shining, where they were like, oh yeah, just run that way with the knife, it's fine. So the kid was like completely unaware that it was a horror film, which I think was really well done. And anything where like the fireman dropping, she obviously just wasn't in that scene. Yes, which again, I just think you have to do that. Like, it's scary.
Yeah.
Have like kids in horror films. There's definitely a place for them. They're definitely scary, but you have to do it correctly so the kid isn't actually like traumatized behind the scene.
Yeah, wasn't it when we covered The Shining, we found out that the actor who played Danny, there was like they were filming the Muppets in the studio next door, and then he went to like meet all the Muppets while he was filming The Shining. Just so cute, and it's so lovely that they just like he had time to be a kid.
I just love the idea as well that when he gets to like 18, he was like, "Oh, I was in a film when I was a kid." And then, oh, what film was that? Oh, the Muppets. Because like memories from when I was that young get a bit merged.
Be like, I thought you were in The Shining.
Yeah, so I don't know. So I remember a puppet. I remember, like, again, I love the idea it got kind of merged. And he was like, well, there was Jack Nicholson, also Kermit. I don't know.
Yeah, so you're right. I think kids have to be protected. I think that's what also makes them do a great job. Like she was so good, and as soon as she just turned, that was quite scary. She just jumped up, and like you were expecting it, but you also weren't. And that dread when like you turn around and see the mum and daughter and her, and like she's got tonsillitis, and there's that panic when everyone starts to realize no, she hasn't. Like she's fucked.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit. And I think even obviously the mum knew. I just love the fact she just bit her mum like. But like you're gonna hurt anyone straight for the mother. I was like, rude.
Yeah, brutal.
Bless her.
So
bless her. Well, she didn't mean to get ill.
She didn't. No, it all started with that possessed girl and the dog.
It's like I feel bad for the possessed girl. It's really hard, isn't it, when you're on the possessed person's side?
Well, you do, because like she was experimented on. She's left to be this creature. Like it's pretty horrific.
Yeah, like I feel bad for her. She's a victim. I don't care. I don't care that she's scary.
She does have a name. I'm really sorry, guys. She does have a name. I should be like more professional in this. But I will get Chantel to put her name right here. I'm doing more work for Chantel right now.
I can't. To be fair, this will be an interesting one because normally I'm like, oh, they said this in quote, but because we were reading subtitles, there won't be nearly as many voice clips in this one. What was the name? Let's see if I can find it quickly.
Yeah, please do, because I'm just calling her possessed girl, and that's not very good.
Oh, I'm going to mess up the surname, and I do apologize. But Victor Masagu was the child in the attic.
Oh, great.
So I assume by child in the attic they mean child who's now a grown up.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, because I did see some of the behind the scenes of them doing the S effect, and it looked fucking incredible. Because they've got like really long arms.
Yeah. I did see that, but there was no without sounding ridiculously naive, there were no English subtitles, and I wanted to hear like what like the director was saying and what he was saying, but so I didn't I watched it, but yeah, didn't get too much information from it, unfortunately. But yeah, so interesting. Like
I think that's the right name, because again, just trying to get it correct, but they prepared all the makeup for them separately, so that when they were actually seen in the attic, the actors hadn't seen them.
Fucking hell.
And because it was like in the dark, like it was actually filmed in the dark, the only person that could see was through the camera. Like no one else could see, which is like so mean to your actors. But yeah, so it just made them like really creepy. And again, but like, so the reactions are real as well, because they're interacting with something real.
That's amazing.
They've just seen in the dark. They're not interacting with something that was like CGI'd in later.
Wow. So and that's like, not just acting, that's being genuinely like, what the fuck?
This is going to sound really bitchy, but you know when actors are in a found footage film, and then the amount of stuff we read when like there was no script, they didn't tell them anything, all their reactions were real. I'm like, technically, are you a good actor? Because you haven't actually been acting.
Like, you need to prove yourself after this.
You've just been thrown into a situation and they filmed it. And like, there's actually no acting.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I feel like I'd be a great found footage actor.
You would just be walking through a scary house, like,
exactly,
at like Thorpe Park or something.
Yeah, so I could scream, like, because I probably involuntarily would. So again, it does make me laugh when I'm like, you can't vouch someone as a good actor off a found footage film.
That's
and
true.
It sounds horrible to the actors, I'm like, but it's because it's genuine.
Yeah, I mean, I agree and disagree. I mean, I think that, you know, obviously Angela, like the actor, like she was great expressing like so much like frustration at not being able to escape. So, and apparently they didn't know when they were opening the curtains that they were going to see the lights and see and hear like them saying, stay inside, stay inside. like apparently they didn't know they were going to see that, and so I felt like her reaction was great there. And you know, I don't know, I think a lot of found footage, you know, the acting is good, but yeah, when you don't know, I think it does feel a lot more real, and you're kind of like, are you an actor or are you just good at being scared?
I love the idea that if you see an actor in another film who was in a found footage, and you're like, oh my God, I love them. And then you see them in something else, you're like, oh, they're actually shit. Like when they actually have to pretend they can't do it. And again, like, I sound really bitchy saying that. I'm just really curious. I'd love to like actually do a comparison. So I'm going to have to look up some of these actors and go find them in something else.
I come to think of it, I don't know if there's many found footage films I've seen where I've seen the actor in other films. Paranormal Activity, I didn't see anyone else in that. Cannibal Holocaust, no, like
they kind of, they're almost like oh my God, they almost then get typecast because again, like Blair Witch, because they did the whole publicity stunt where they were dead, so they weren't going to get cast for films anytime soon, were they?
No, that's true. And I think now that I know especially the three from Blair Witch, that they're very much like, they go to horror conventions, like they're still quite close apparently, but I don't think they really did much after that. So I wonder if you do, once you do a found footage, you know, do you get a bit of a rep and you don't, I don't know, because I don't think I've seen anyone from a found footage do anything.
No. That's what I'm trying, I even like Paranormal Activity.
No, I don't think there's been any names in other films.
No. I know, I'm trying to think. Yeah, that'll be my my job after this. I'll be having
will be.
There'll be like a really obvious one that we're missing and just completely blanking on.
Yeah.
But again, I just think it's really funny. I'm like, yeah, I could do that. Like, put me in a scary situation and film me. It's fine.
It's fine.
I promise you I'll react. I'm human.
Yeah. I loved as well that there was no music either, so it was basically, it was just their sounds, and maybe that was what you struggled with because it was literally just their screams. I don't know.
Again, like in the headphones it was a lot.
Yeah,
but can you imagine though, in a found footage they just randomly stuck a soundtrack on the top? You'd be like, no.
No, definitely not. That is not
how this works. But that's so funny.
So good.
So yeah, what did you think when they first got to the like flat building and they walk in on like the resident who was just in her house? What was the call for? I thought they said she was stuck, but then they walked in quite easily. So, but she was just there. Like, was she covered in blood, or was that just a weird design on her?
No, I think she was. Was it about that woman? Was it about the old woman that?
Yeah, they got called in because they were like, oh, she lives alone. She's got cats. Obviously, the only option.
Yeah, it must have. Yeah, it must have been before. Obviously, it was all kicking off. They were allowed in.
Yeah, that was right. That was right when they first turned up and they went into it turned quite quickly. Where like she went for one of them.
Yeah, that was pretty scary.
So yeah, I think that was quite a good way to kick it off.
Me too. Yeah, I felt like this film did not fuck about. Like, it was very much like, let's get involved. Like, there was a bit of the fire station scene, and then other than that, straight in. But yeah, I really liked that woman scene. I think it really set the scene and it set you up for what you were about to go into.
Yeah, it was only going to get worse.
Yeah, and that bitch was going to come back. She came back a couple of times, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was scary. Like, and then obviously someone, one of the firemen, I think, shoots her, or someone shoots her, and then. Oh man. And then I really like when Angela gets Pablo to pay it back. So you see it back in real time, which is quite
nice. Helpful when you're watching a film, because sometimes you're like, what just happened? So actually for them to be like, show me what that was. And I was like, yeah, thank you.
This is helpful.
I appreciate this. Thank you. It's a short film, like simple premise.
So essentially
they repeat scenes for me. Perfect.
So what's the issue? This should essentially be a 5 for you, Tell.
I think this is a film you have to watch in the right way.
Okay.
And like we have said it with other films as well. I think the way you watch a film does have a massive impact.
I agree.
On how you perceive that film. And I think watching this, and I was like, I've done this wrong. This should have been a TV watch with the lights off, popcorn, go for it, rather than, with my headphones on, lights on, distractions around me. Like,
I agree with that, actually. I do think horror films, it does change completely. Like, there are some that you can watch like that, but I think this one particularly was more big screen for sure.
It's not like I didn't like this film. Everyone was like, oh my god, it's so scary, and I was like, was it? And again, but I'm like, was I just in the wrong environment? Am I just And again, I'm not like, oh, I'm the bravest person, but I was like, is this just not one that scares me?
Well, you just we need to find something else for you. We need to like kick it up a notch.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It is always weird what you find yourself scared by and what you don't.
Yeah, it's you surprise yourself as well because you're like, wait, I was expecting this to be scary as fuck.
And again, I think that impacted it when everyone's like, this is going to be so scary. So I was like, okay, I was prepared for it.
That's
Whereas
true.
if I think I didn't,
true.
Yeah, if it hadn't been bragged as like one of the scariest,
I think
would have gone in. Yeah.
I mean, this is a bit of a spoiler for Spookies, but I think the scariest bit for me, I think, was the darkness. I think that was, and then obviously then the night vision, because that bit is just because he was turning the camera so quickly as well. It reminds me of when you play like a horror game.
Yeah.
Like when you're watching them on YouTube or you're watching someone gameplay and then they're turning there. I'm just like, oh my God, please do it slowly. But that for me, like that ending was so tense. And then just seeing her walk out like that for me was terrifying.
That was good.
Yeah, it was good.
But that's it. I think, the loud screams, don't watch it with headphones on. And the moving the camera so fast, I just at that point I was like, I can't follow the story. Like I don't know what I'm looking at anymore.
Yeah, fair play. You know, that's fair. But I think with headphones as well, that would be quite intense. Like the sounds would be a lot.
And not scary for me. I was just like,
wow,
almost annoying. And I was like, right, I should have even just taken headphones off. Like, well, I will do better. I'll watch it again.
You must do better. Yeah, we'll watch it. We'll watch it properly. We'll watch Rec 2 together.
We'll do it right. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Agreed. Well, I don't even want to ask you what your favorite spooky moment is because none of it was fucking spooky to you.
Well, it wasn't that it was. Again, it wasn't spooky, but I want to do it properly, and then we'll see how scared I get. I'm gonna go with. I am gonna go with the ending where you come around the corner and you see her, the creepy poor girl that's been experimented on. I think again, as we said, I was like, she's a victim. We feel sorry for her, so we can be scared of her, but at the same time, we're like, she's been experimented on. Like, is she demonic? Is she sick? We're not sure, but and then it because it's in the dark, as you said, like, I think you could really feel that the actors, especially in that scene, Angela was just, feeling her way around, so unsure. You could feel the tension. I think that was really good. And then even trying to hide from her at the end. Yeah, that final shot is just like,
great.
I think that's going to be my favorite spooky moment. What about you? Nice. I need to stop hitting the microphone. I'm very sorry.
I was going to say the night vision, but I won't. I think I'll say when it's really dark and I think they turn the light on or they open the door and a woman, I think it's one of the women that was searching for her dad upstairs, she's suddenly possessed and she just comes at you. And that part, just made me shit myself. So it's probably that one. But a lot of them did, like even when Pablo was filming the people that were bitten and they were unconscious, unconscious and then they suddenly wake up and start biting and you're not even in the room, but like the fact that he's filming it is so terrifying to me. And like Angela has no idea what he's looking at. So there's a couple, I think, in this film. There's a fucking load, but I would say.
Well, yeah, but again, like the fireman dropping.
Oh my God,
like, that was so unexpected. So I think there is a lot in here.
There's a lot, for sure.
And especially, for like a 90-minute. No, it was less than that. 80 minutes, 70 minutes.
78. Film?
There you go. So for that short film, there was a lot.
That was a lot.
But
great.
Yeah. What are you giving it spookies out of 5?
I'm giving this 4.5 spookies out of 5.
Okay.
I fucking love this film. It's probably not a 5 for me because I don't know. You have to go a bit higher. There's an incentive, isn't it, everyone, to go a bit higher for me to give you a 5.
Work harder.
But this is scary. This is, oh man, it's just got everything in it. It's genuinely terrifying to me, which I don't come across a lot in films anymore because I feel like I'm very desensitized. So it's really nice to have something that makes me feel again. And I thought the acting was.
I want to feel something.
I thought the acting was incredible, and I think the SFX was fucking great as well. So it's almost a faultless film, I think. What about you? I'm scared to hear it.
No, to be fair, I think I'm going to go 4.
Okay.
But with the right, I was going to go 3.5. But again, I think I'm to blame for, as we've already discussed, why I didn't find it as scary as others would.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with a 4, but with the right to change my mind in the future if I watch it in the correct setting.
Yes.
But yeah, we'll put that out as a poll because I think we know the answer, but I do think, you know, it has a huge impact, especially in the horror genre.
Yeah.
How you watch a film. And I wonder if there are films that, like, there's so many horrors I could just stick on my laptop and watch and it wouldn't be a problem. But there are others that reserved for the big screen. And I wonder what people are like, that's my reserve for the big screen horror film is.
That would be really interesting. We should definitely, and if anyone agrees with you in terms of like, well, I wonder how they watched Wreck the first time. Maybe they watched it in the cinema. Maybe they watched it the same as you. So it'd be interesting to see what people thought of it the first time as well.
Yeah. I don't know, I made a mistake several times being like, oh my God, I'm on a plane journey. I can watch this new film I'm excited about. And it was always like, that's the worst place to watch some films. So I have made this mistake many a time. And I'm trying to learn, but, you know, I'm only human.
Exactly.
But do you think you'd survive?
No.
Did anyone?
No, I don't think anyone did. I mean, we'll find out on Rec 2, but no, absolutely fucking not. I don't know if I've survived at all this series yet, but no. I mean, how can I? What about you?
No. How am I
Because even in that guy's house, in the guy's apartment, like you can't see shit. Like there really isn't anything going for you. You can't escape. You can't really hide anywhere. So you're fucked.
Yeah, they tried hiding at the end in the dark, but that thing can see in the dark, so you're doomed.
I feel like this was a horror film where like they did make smart decisions. Like none of them, I wasn't shouting at the screen. I wasn't shouting for them to do something. So I felt like anything that they did, like that was valid to me. So
yeah. And that's they couldn't get out. So it wasn't like they were just being dumb running the wrong way up and down the stairs. It's like they physically couldn't get out. So yeah, I think that, and as you say, I think that's why this actually is not nice to watch, because I would say it's quite tense, but because they're using common sense.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, for fuck's sake, what are you doing?
Definitely.
Which we've seen so many times. But yes, that is Wreck. Join us again in a couple of weeks to see what film we're covering next. Follow along on all our socials and then you can watch it with us. Until then, don't forget to subscribe, like, and all that other bullshit that after watching Spree now feels really weird trying to say that. So. But yes, check out our other episodes. And until then, bye.
Bye-bye.
Don't die.
Was that the same time? No,
that was pretty much the same time. I think my microphone just cut you out, which I'm very sorry.